This video is going to be a look at Travis Etienne's 62-yard touchdown run in Jacksonville's 31-3 win over the Texans in Week 17, pushing the Jaguars' record to 8-8, setting up a showdown with the Titans in Week 18 for the division crown. But it's more so, to be honest with you, going to be a discussion and examination of how NFL players are evaluated, talked about by generally fans, and in some cases, even media types on social media or on television. It's going to be a look at a missed tackle by one player, if not two, on the Texans defense, and a quick discussion about what's called same-side runs out of the shotgun. So let's get to the film, and we'll try to cover as many topics as we can in 10 minutes for this. The title, In Plain Sight, is kind of a shot at people who talk about NFL players and blame them for certain things that really are not their fault or are the fault of their coaches or other players who don't get pointed out. So this is called a same-side run, meaning Travis Etienne is lined up on the left-hand side of the quarterback to start the play, and then he's able to run to the same side where he lined up. His toes originally line up at the 33. That's generally what his track is going to look like right there. It's called a same-side run as opposed to an opposite side run, where the running back lines up on the quarterback's left here and then goes to the quarterback's right or the right side of the offense, left side of the defense. Same side runs are a little bit more difficult to pull off with any downhill tendency, but look at the huge hole that you have here that the Texans have given up. Really poor defense in a lot of ways. You've got a missed tackle here by Jalen Pitre'S that's going to get a lot of attention by people, and I'm going to be called a Jalen Pitre'S apologist by people who don't know football and don't know how to evaluate it. So I'll go ahead and own that right now. Clearly, you would like to see Jalen Pitre'S finish this tackle, but if we pull this back to the beginning of the play, here's Jalen Pitre'S alignment. He's outside the hash, meaning he's outside where the football is lined up. The front side inside linebacker takes himself out of the play. This nickel defender gets blocked easily. An off-screen safety gets pinned down with the wrong shoulder, and then and slightly off-screen safety. You can kind of see his feet there. And then an off-screen corner is going to be totally unblocked and barely touch Travis Etienne 10 yards downfield. But Jalen Pitre'S, who's the backside safety and happens to get there to the football, and his angle has to be adjusted because of the poor angle the front side safety took, is going to be the person who gets blamed for it by a lot of people. So let me break this down a little bit more from the all-22 angle. You got a too-high safety look. Generally, the front side safety will be a guy who will fit on the front side, meaning he'll make the ball turn inside of him. He won't just be hell-bent on making the ball turn inside, but he'll turn it to the backside safety or the backside inside linebacker, people who are pursuing from the backside. That's why you have front side and backside reactions. As this play develops, watch the front side corner be totally unblocked, and watch the front side safety get pinned inside by the number one receiver, Zay Jones, so right here, this is Zay Jones, who was the outside receiver. He's pinned the front side safety. So what Pitre'S expects to happen is the front side safety to fit on the outside of a block like this, causing the football to turn back to him, allowing Pitre'S to take an angle that's somewhat like this to tackle on the backside. As it is, the front side safety is wrong shouldering it to no one, to an unblocked corner who doesn't do anything either. And Travis Etienne, whose toes start at approximately the negative 33-yard line, is touched finally at the negative 43 by Jalen Pitre'S, who's the backside safety, and the frontside corner who was totally unblocked. But for some reason, some people are going to focus on Jalen Pitre'S missing the tackle as the problem. It's because a lot of people don't understand alignment, they don't understand fits, and they don't understand that certain coverages just do not do a good job of handling compressed formations. And here's what I mean. Christian Kirk, a small slot receiver in the NFL, is going to turn out this nickel, or I hope he's a nickel, and basically block him in that direction. Meanwhile, Zay Jones is going to work to the front side safety, this guy here that I talked about, and it's going to leave the front side corner unblocked and the front side inside linebacker who runs himself out of the play. There is a whole hell of a lot going wrong here defensively for the Texans before you can even start to talk about blaming Jalen Pitre'S for missing the tackle, because his angle is such that he's in the right place, meaning he's at the correct angle where he's supposed to be. Other guys, the frontside corner and the frontside safety, and even the frontside inside linebacker are not. Let me get to the end zone angle here. I'll run it back one more time. I know I've paused it and replayed it a bunch of times. I'll run it back one more time completely. from the all-22 and then get to the end zone angle. We'll talk about the front side inside linebacker. Every run fit isn't cleanly declared. You know, certain fits are going to look different depending on where the angle of the play, the whether it's inside flow, whether it's outside flow, angle flow, whether it's a cutback. In this case, you have pretty much a downhill run play from a same side alignment. The running back has not crossed the midline. The midline is this right here. If the running back and or a pulling guard, like for example this left guard, if they were to cross the midline, meaning they were to go to the opposite side of the formation, so I'm drawing this line for the running back now. If the run play was to go over to this side, the defense's left side, someone from the defense's right side, generally the backside inside linebacker, also needs to match that and cross to the other side of the formation. You got to get some kind of fit from the front side safety, forcing the ball inside, turning the ball back inside to as many help defenders as possible coming from the backside. Why did I draw all that up? Watch what happens to the front side inside linebacker when the running back doesn't cross the midline. He has crossed the midline himself, essentially, and he has taken himself out of the play completely, whereas the running back never crossed the midline. The front side safety is also pinned by the blocking scheme of Zay Jones. One of the weaknesses of playing softer off safeties or off corners is you get guys who can be manipulated by compressed formations. What do I mean by compressed formations? You have a tight end here lined up next to the left tackle, a slot receiver, Christian Kirk, who is about a yard and a half outside that tight end, and then off screen to our right is Zay Jones. The way that the Jaguars are going to block this is creative and expert, if you ask me. Christian Kirk is going to turn out that nickel, and then Zay Jones, who's off screen, is going to come down, and he's going to pin this front side safety, whose foot you see here. He's going to pin him to the inside. When I talked about Jalen Pitre'S angle is expecting this safety to be on the front side, meaning causing Etienne to have to bring the ball back inside. That's why Pitre'S angle is such like this, that he's expecting to fit on the backside hip of Travis Etienne, essentially his right hip, where the front side safety would fit outside of his left hip. Hopefully I said that in a way that makes sense. Forgive me, I didn't mean to change speeds on you there. Run this a couple of times so you can see Pitre'S angle have to change, have to adjust because this safety has been pinned inside. He should be forcing the ball in here instead of letting the ball get to his outside shoulder. Also, you got no block destruction by the nickel, number 2, and you have an unblocked corner who is playing two-hand touch. Pitre misses the tackle and is going to get credit for the missed tackle by rating services who don't understand how to evaluate a defensive alignment, defensive assignments, and run fits. And if you don't, that's okay. It took me hundreds or thousands of hours to understand run fits and to understand who to actually attribute defensive breakdowns to. In this case, it is not Jalen Pitre. Let me know what you think of the video. If you enjoy seeing one play broken down like this, great job by the Jaguars. Travis Etienne, same side run is a difficult thing to deal with because generally when the running back lines up on the left-hand side of the quarterback, most run plays are going to go to the opposite side. Creative use of bunch. You have 3 receivers. Zay Jones is off screen to our right. The offense is left. Creative use of bunch, and then A, meaning the tight end and the running back are on the same side as the bunch. To get a same side run, really poor block destruction, poor angle by the front side safety, missed tackle by Jalen Pitre that'll be mistakenly assigned as the main reason for the defensive breakdown, when in reality, the Texans defense has a whole hell of a lot more issues than that. Let me know what you guys think of the video in the comments section. If you'd like to see me look at more plays in detail like this, I know I talked about one play for almost 10 minutes, so forgive me for that. But I wanted to display that not all missed tackles are missed tackles that allow a touchdown to occur when you have two unblocked players at the front point of attack, meaning the front side corner and the front side inside linebacker who ran himself out of the play, and then the backside safety gets blamed for something that really should have been handled on the front side in the first place. Appreciate you guys' time. Let me know what you think of the video in the comment section.